Welcome back to my channel. In 1905, Thomas, a previous Christian preacher, is shipped off to save his sister, who has been grabbed by a religion. He goes to the island where they reside and starts to track down his strategy for getting around the spot. The Order are suspicious about spies and backstabbers, and don't refuse in hunting them. A legend makes colleague of seeing a fellow young lady, whose guardians wouldn't support their relationship. In what ends up being a crucial piece of the story, Thomas gives the chap his vicious razor. As the ordered progression of the faction sort out that Thomas is the trickster, Thomas finds the real essence of the goddess who occupies the island. The dad of the little girl, who the chap is seeing, finds the relationship and begins coming to his meaningful conclusion. The chap then goes after the dad, however the dad energizes the islanders to take the kid and rebuff him. This prompts the crumbling of the clique and turns the pioneers against one another. Thomas tracks down his sister and empowers her break, in spite of the fact that it almost costs him his life. The goddess, it ends up, has been sitting tight for Thomas and he gets a dream from her. As this occurs, the chap's father takes command of the clique, prompting a confrontation between the pioneer, the dad and Thomas. One of the newbies endeavors to kill Malcolm, yet Thomas mediates and is injured. That very night, Malcolm marches Jennifer through the town, asserting she will be killed in the event that her co-backstabber doesn't approach. Thomas escapes from an elderly person who pursues him, and getaways to an oceanside cavern shrouded in markings, showing the presence of a divinity. Malcolm visits a horse shelter where the elderly person who is, as a matter of fact, the island's divinity, is detained in tree roots. He reproves her for appearing to Thomas prior to taking care of his blood, causing the vegetation detaining her to sprout. Thomas tells Malcolm's little girl Andrea that he was a Christian teacher who was oppressed in Peking during the fight or defiance for acquainting Christianity with China, and lost his confidence subsequently. She takes him to a shack in a wheat field to stow away. Fun uncovers to Jeremy that she is pregnant and the pair choose to run off. In any case, Quinn murders Fun in a constrained fetus removal. Jeremy cuts Quinn and monitors catch him. Quinn outlines Jeremy for Fun's homicide and utilizations a cleaning custom to kill him. Quinn calls Malcolm a misleading prophet and requests that he show what him can do by killing Thomas. Forthright, irritated by the demise of his child, assaults Quinn, permitting Thomas to get away. Blunt and Thomas escape and show up at the stable where the goddess is being held. Blaine enters, aim on killing the goddess, however is killed by a veiled figure, the processor, whom Thomas observes coercively feeding Forthcoming's blood to the goddess. Sneaking past, he tracks down Jennifer alive however hung in a sack. As he delivers her, he is thumped oblivious. He winds up fastened to a meat-crushing table by guides installed into his hands and legs. He escapes and kills the processor. Quinn uncovers to a hostage Jennifer and Andrea that he detained the goddess after he and Malcolm understood her powers. He plans to over and again impregnate them and utilize their posterity as blood penances. The goddess shows Thomas her set of experiences with the clique, and implores him to liberate her. He gives her desire by immolating her. The town likewise bursts into flames and the residents escape to boats. Thomas, Andrea, and Jennifer overwhelm and kill Quinn at the expense of Thomas supporting cut injuries. He falls, saying goodbye to Jennifer and Andrea as they escape by boat. His confidence re-established, Thomas is found by a harmed Malcolm. As he drains onto the ground, the vegetation around him develops and injects inside his body, while his eyes turn similar shape and variety as the goddess, meaning his resurrection as the new gatekeeper of the island. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe.